And we are live.
Good afternoon to you all. Welcome back to Zimbabwe Daily. My name is Yvonne Muchaka, and I do hope I find all of you well once again. We're bringing you a program behind the mic as we look at the liquefied petroleum gas safety program. And this program is brought to you by the Liquified Petroleum Gas Safety Association of Zimbabwe. And in the studio, allow me to introduce my guest today, Mr. Mandia, the interim president for LPGSAZ.
Welcome. Thank you, Yvonne.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself fully to our viewers on Zimbabwe Daily.
All right. My name is Robert Mandia. I'm a consultant in the leadership and management of people. And I also deal with so many corporates in terms of personal and organizational effectiveness. I do a lot of corporate education training as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a consumer of gas.
Right. So tell us about LPGSAZ. How did that come up?
All right. One of these days, Yvonne, I visited a retail shop for gas, a kiosk, so to put it, and there was a near explosion that took place when the attendant was filling my gas tank. And then I felt, wow, we are so exposed here. And the issues of safety rang some bell in my mind to say, how many people are exposed to this kind of danger out there. So I felt very concerned about the incident. And this is how the idea of safety in the gas industry was muted.
When you say a near explosion, tell me what really exactly happened.
All right, see the connection. You know, when you go to fill your gas,
Right.
and they put it on a scale, and they do their connections. And whilst he was doing that connection, there was a loud sound, a sound of some sort,
Right.
that bursted, and there was a spillover of gas at that moment. I don't know what would have happened if there was fire around.
Right.
It would have been a real disaster, I would say. Yeah.
Oh my word. Okay, so I know that a lot of us here in Zimbabwe use gas because of the expense around electricity. Remember, most of us use prepaid electricity. So to avoid a bigger bill, people have opted for liquefied petroleum gas for cooking. So we wanted to bring this discussion and this conversation around safety after coming across. You actually invited me to moderate on one workshop, and I happened to also learn that it was your inaugural conference, so to speak. Tell us about that particular Zoom conference that you held.
Right, it was quite a successful one. We were trying to bring in together all stakeholders in the gas industry, including the regulators as well as the players in the industry, to a platform to explore some of these issues to do with safety. And looking at how some of the operations and regulations are helping in towards the upholding of safety precautions in the industry. So we were trying to have a conversation, I would say, around safety issues, and looking also at the challenges in as far as safety promotion of safety is concerned in the gas industry.
Right.
So we are looking at challenges from both the authorities side as well as from the players side.
Right. And you had the fire brigade coming through. We saw Emma coming on board. I mean, which other players were actually at this virtual conference?
Yeah, we were also supposed to have Zera on board, but they pulled out on the last minute because of some other commitments.
Right.
And but basically we had other players in the gas industry coming in for the meeting. And we also had some people, players from South Africa, who were also sharing with us the experience in terms of safety and how it is done in the region.
Right.
Right, the best practices in as far as promotion of safety is concerned. So we also had people coming from South Africa.
Awesome. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about what to look forward to from LPGSAZ. And I know as Zimbabweans, we should take that interest because most of us are using liquefied petroleum gas. Join us after the short break. All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Zimbabwe Daily. We come to you live on Zimbabwe Daily platform, and we are talking liquefied petroleum gas safety. What does that mean? What we had Mr. Mandia talking of a near explosion that caused him to want to start such an association to emphasize the safety and protection, not just of the consumers, but also of the product wholesalers and retailers. So today we have Mr. Mandia in the studio, and he was just telling us about the virtual conference that they had. And so what should we be looking for? What should the people be looking forward to? I know that we're going to try and serialize some of the discussions that were done at that virtual conference. What are we looking forward to? What should the people look forward to hearing and understanding about liquefied petroleum gas?
All right. We have lined up quite a lot of programs to do with awareness as well as education around safety issues in the gas industry. As consumers, we felt it is quite pertinent for them to understand some of these things that are involved in the purchase and consuming of liquefied petroleum gas. As consumers, sometimes we blindly get to consume some of these products, oblivious of some of the safety issues that are around the purchase and consumption of that product. So this is what we are trying to bring out and escalate to the public, that as they consume, they must be also worried of the safety issues around the consumption of that particular product.
And we're talking of liquefied gas. It is highly explosive.
It is. It's very hazardous product.
Right. Do the people understand though?
Given the situation that we have experienced, if you would visit our Facebook page, some of the things that we have flighted there does not point to the consciousness around the danger and the safety in the consumption of the product. There seems to be quite a lot of indiscipline in the market, and both from those that are selling the product and those that are consuming the product. Issues of safety does not seem to be so paramount or
Right.
important to them, and we have noticed quite a lot of recklessness in the.
Maybe it's because we kind of feel like there's a different kind of gas that's coming. I remember, when we were younger, there were so many explosions that took place. I mean, do we still have such scenarios in this generation? Seems like they did something with the gas so that it's less explosive, especially the gas that we use at home. I remember my mother-in-law at one point, she came to my house and we didn't have electricity because our electricity was actually cut off. So we were using gas morning throughout the day. And she was like, I'm not comfortable, until we slowly learned how to use the gas. But it's because of the background. I remember watching news, and there were literally stories around houses that have been gutted down because of a gas leak. Families that have to live with scars because their gases exploded at night, or that maybe they didn't close them properly and they breathed the the gas and they died suffocating or something. So could there be something different about the gas that we're using now compared to what we used then?
There is not much difference, though. Of course, with the gas that now we are consuming, it's been sort of improved or upgraded to maybe lessens the danger.
Right.
And gas is quite a very, I would say, it's a beautiful product, only if you observe safety.
Right.
It's a product that is so convenient for so many, but only if safety issues are taken into consideration. If you handle it carelessly, then it becomes a very dangerous one. But it's not that very dangerous if safety issues are paramount and are put in the forefront.
Right. You want to learn about LPG safety, LP gas safety. We use gas. Most of us are using gas in our homes. Most of us are using gas, for drying, etc. We know that at one point or another, we are going to be using gas. So this is going to be a very interesting and a very educative and informative program going forward as we talk about LP gas safety. My name is Yvonne Muchaka, and I was joined in the studio by Mr. Robert Mandia. We were talking about LP gas safety. He is the interim president of LPGSAZ, which is an organization pushing for the promotion of health and safety around gas retailers and wholesalers. So, as consumers, we need to know what is important. Did you know that your tank needs to be serviced once in a while? Well, you're going to learn that as we learn how long it takes for a gas tank to need to be checked by professionals. All right, so that is actually going to be an interesting conversation and interesting jobs that will be created along the way to say, unless you take care of your tanks, we won't be safe. Thank you so much for joining us on Behind the Microphone, a program that seeks to illuminate and place the limelight on those issues that are happening at the back of things. Thank you so much for joining us on Zimbabwe Daily as we came to you live from our Zimbabwe Daily studios. Do stay tuned for more information, news, and interesting tidbits. We bring you daily word, we bring you daily devotions, we bring you daily cartoons, and we bring you the person of on the spotlight, where we look at our very illustrious Zimbabweans who are doing wonders. So if you know somebody that you feel should be our star of the day, please do get in touch with our producers on our Facebook page and we will get the conversation going. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Yvonne Muchaka, the team that is behind the scenes. We say thank you so much and have yourselves a pleasant rest of the day.